All right, guys, we're going to put this together. So these are the quick instructions. Trying to figure out what's what here. Okay, this is the English side. The other side is, looks like Chinese. All right. First, let's look at all the stuff. Let's over a description of all the things in case we're wondering. All right. So basically it says install indicates what we should have in the package. And how the switches should work. This is a T8S transmitter from Radiolink. It's actually pretty cool, pretty helpful. I should be able to bind it to my old Radiolink stuff and have a little bit more one model at a time, I think. Anyway, there's a whole thing on tutorials, so we'll ignore that and just do our own thing. Okay, first thing, it says install the wing. So it says remove the slotted fuselage vane. That would be this. And it says install the wing, which is this. These look like they're precisely cut. Some sort of laser cutting machine. And it says insert the slotted fuse vane back. That's this here. Well, the big thing is that these tabs poke through back again. And that cinches up tight against the fuse. And that leaves enough room for some sort of... All right, it says now underneath, this is where we pull... It says insert and rotate 4 buttons 90 degrees to fix the wing. This is a pretty cool system. Let's see, we'll leave that tape there. There's the 4 buttons. We'll leave the extra here. The extra catch-alls there. This, we don't need that right now. And we'll put the strap tape right back. Okay. All right, it says basically just push it down and turn 90 degrees. And then that will cinch it like a, I'm assuming somewhat of a cam action. Where it cinches it tight. And the only way you can turn it 90 is if you've really pressed it together. You want to make sure to have your fingers underneath it. I'm going to make sure that this should be over here. This ESC is supposed to be somewhere on the side, I think. Get all the wires out of the way. Scoot it away. All right. So yeah, I guess that would be looking at it this way. All right. Well, it gives you a whole parts list. We have a different charger, something maybe a little bit more efficient. Looks like we have all the same parts. Good. Okay, that's done. It says 2. Install the tail horizontal stabilizer, which is turn it up so that the left side has the design. One side that way. Set this way. So you come together, and then that fits together there on this elevator here. Imagine, make sure the strapping tape is back in. Looks like we have need for that extra button after all. I'm not sure if we attach it from the bottom or the top. Let's find out. It looks like the button goes from underneath. So we're going to turn this over and put this in and rotate it. No. I'm not able to get it to the point where I can try to turn it, but according to the top, that's locked in place. All right. Alrighty there. It says 3, connect tail rods. So that is the rods coming from the controls. Oh, that's these tail rods. So these are carbon fiber rods with clevis ends, and they go into these little buckles here. Interesting. Okay. Goes through, clips just fine. So these ones here go to here. That keeps this relatively stable. All right. And then connect the 2 vertical stabilizer support rods. That's stuff over here. We're gonna fix that rudder. All right, that would be the ones that go here. Clip. You should be able to see it pretty well. One side goes through, and then you press. So you hear a clip. Now the tail looks like it is relatively stiff. We have more to do. That's part 3. Part 4, connect aileron and tail drawbars. And that is referring to the control rods of the aileron. Now, connect the first hole on the outermost side of the aileron. So that way we have the least throws. Certainly the smartest choice for learning. Okay. I'll tell you what, I've had Radiolink as a transmitter that's how it got started. And it has always been a good transmitter. It was, the only thing I regretted was not having enough model memory. I started out with only 15. Now, if I'd been smart, I would only need 4. One for standard 4-channel setup. Another one for fixed for wing setup. Another one for 6-channel, the flaps and landing gear stuff. And then something else, some other weird, maybe a reverse. And then I can flip back and forth, and that would be probably all I need. All right, so that step is done. Push the landing gear back along the slot until it's fully seated. All right, it's taking this landing gear. Landing gear always seems like a danger to me. Like it's just asking to have somebody. Okay, so I think that's. There we go. Push it all the way back until it's fully seated. So once it goes far enough back, it actually clips. You'll see, I don't have a tool here. Hold on. I'm going to use the screwdriver that's in here. So you see that this little first piece of the U, just long enough to clip back into here. Rides along outside and clips in because of the natural tendency. Now this means it'll be pretty stable, but if it has to, it'll come out. Pretty smart. Cool. Good. All right. I'll just put it on its thing now. Okay, insert the proper propeller into the nose and use one of the O-rings. Now, I give you plenty of O-rings. There's probably about a dozen of them. There's supposed to be, I think, rubber band to fix prop. All right. As you know, so this is an 8x3/8 prop. Oftentimes these 3D propellers are a little bit different. They tend to have a slightly different profile than we're used to in the regular scale world. Traditional fixed wing. Let me see here. Just show you where we're at. We're right here. All right. So I have an O-ring. And so you do it just like you do a prop saver. There's two screws sitting on either side of the collet. This is the collet, and there's a shaft in the middle of the regular motor. So this goes over the one side. You sit this propeller solidly on the motor itself, so it's level. Hand it over. So it's on that, and then it'll find a medium point, and it will also flex when you land funny, allowing you to keep a different propeller for another day. So these propellers definitely need to be in the bag. And that's the last step. Really, the only other step I need to do is this right here, is use this charger with, where are they? These batteries, and get them all set to go. All right, so I guess we'll see you back here in a couple. I'm gonna go get these charged. Actually, it says standard input. All right, we'll just leave this here, matter of fact, with this charge. So, with these charged up, we can't fly tonight, but we'll be able to fly soon. Okay, now that this is on, you can see we've got two charging onto the third of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're midpoint, which is what we would expect as far as cell voltage. We'll see how long this takes. And I'm curious to see if it'll beep when it's done. I know these always come with at least partial voltage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this in here. We're going to at least test. I see this fits kind of snug. A little strap to tighten it up. I'm going to use this. We're going to turn it around. Okay, transmitter on. So I got to see how this feels. Oh. All right. Well, if there's stabilizer on, oh. It is doing some unusual things as far as I'm concerned. All right, I think I've got this in some sort of acrobatic mode. So I can do some vertical hanging. This is with the assist. And I think it's also out of battery or close to it. Interesting. That's it.